Did you know that the average income in India was less than half of Japan's in 2019? Even the cost of food and other things is much lower because of that.
Yeah, and I've heard Indian street food is super affordable since it's frequently eaten by locals. You can get dishes for around 30 to 200 rupees, which is like 45 to 300 yen.
There are both fixed and mobile street food vendors in India. The fixed ones are usually small, with just a counter and a cooking area.
Mobile vendors are like festival stalls in Japan. They open during busy times like mornings and evenings and then move or cover up at night.
I've heard about pav bhaji. It's a popular vegetarian street food in India. A spicy tomato-flavored curry with a butter-soaked roll, minced onions, and pickles.
And there's puri, right? Fried thin wheat dough, often served in different ways at stalls. I want to try the pani puri and sev puri.
In India, chai is a staple. You can get a cup at chai stands for about 10 rupees. Despite the heat, locals say drinking hot chai actually cools you down.
Right, and don't forget about samosas and dosas. You can get them at a fraction of the price compared to Indian restaurants in Japan.
I'm definitely trying street food when I visit India. Just need to remember to use hand sanitizer and avoid unheated food for safety.
Oh, and there's also pakora, the Indian version of tempura. It's made with various ingredients and served with unique sauces at stalls.
Yes, pakora is a household favorite in India. Each stall has its own variety, so it's fun to find your favorite one.
Don't forget jalebi, the Indian sweet treat. It's a deep-fried dough soaked in syrup, and it's everywhere in India.
I've heard that Indian sweets might be too sweet for some, but there are varieties with less sweet syrup too.
Chole bhature is another must-try. It's chickpea curry served with a large fried bread called bhature, often eaten for breakfast in India.
It's surprising to see how versatile and diverse Indian street food is. From snacks to full meals, there's so much to explore.
Absolutely, and the fact that you can enjoy all these flavors on a budget is just incredible.
When in India, it's also essential to try their chai. Unlike the sweetened versions we often get here, it's more spiced and less sweet.
True, and it's fascinating how they drink hot tea even in the warm climate, believing it cools them down.
And let's not forget about the famous dosa. It's like a crepe made of rice flour, usually filled with a potato paste. It's a must-try.
Yeah, and in India, you can eat it for just a fraction of the price it costs in Japanese Indian restaurants.
It's also interesting how street food is a part of daily life in India. It's not just about food, it's about culture and community.
Exactly, it's a way to connect with the local people and their way of life. I'm really looking forward to that aspect.
And we have to be mindful about hygiene. Using hand sanitizer and being cautious with water and raw foods is crucial.
Definitely. Being careful while enjoying the local cuisine is key to having a great experience.
Remember, when eating street food in India, it's best to go where the locals go. That's usually a sign of good and safe food.
Exactly. Watching the food being prepared right in front of you is not only reassuring but also part of the experience.
I'm curious about trying chole bhature for breakfast. It's fascinating how different cultures have such varied breakfast dishes.
And we should definitely try jalebi. I can't wait to taste that sweet, syrupy goodness.
In addition to the food, it's the vibrant atmosphere of the street markets that I'm excited about. It's like stepping into another world.
True, and it's a great opportunity to interact with locals and maybe even pick up a few words in Hindi.
Speaking of which, we should definitely learn how to say delicious in Hindi. It'll come in handy when we're enjoying all that food.